Hello and welcome to Jokakaka. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And we're talking about the new chapter of JoJolion. Oh my god. Chapter 97.
Yeah, where 96 came so quick and then 97 felt so long.
This really did feel like an incredible amount of time, even though it's honestly wasn't much more, but...
It just felt like it.
Holy shit, Sam.
All right,
what the fuck?
It literally, like, this kind of chapter happened when I had to work. I was, like, really wanting to get home and, like, talk about it.
I know, it's so exciting. So before we get into this, I just wanted to plug our Discord once.
Yes.
Give a little Discord plug. Join our Discord. We have a Jokakaka Discord. I was actually just in a voice chat with a bunch of members in there. Mm-hmm. Everyone was really excited to talk about the chapter. So hell yeah, join our Discord. Maybe join a chat with us. See what we got to say. Hang out with us.
Yeah, and hang out with the other cool people in the Discord.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cool people I was talking to. A lot of really fun ideas and theories. I generally like to come into these like with my own thoughts, but it's fun to just kind of bounce some stuff off people.
Yes. So, yeah. So, Endless Calamity Part 3.
That is the title of the chapter. Yeah,
and we get that pre-chapter Jobin with Speed King behind him page, and I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, Jobin. Jobin is not dead. I'm just going to say it right now. Jobin did not die.
We'll get there.
I just felt like I had to...
Oh, hell no. There's no way.
I had to really just blow that right now and say... Yeah. All right, dude.
I thought you were going somewhere with that.
No, I guess we're going to get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
So the chapter begins...
Jobin
time...
punching the bed.
Yeah, we saw Jobin did his
speed
fun
chop.
Little stand barrage. Do you remember what it?
It looks like speed chop right now.
Speed chop?
Yeah, he just like chopping the bed right now.
Oh,
punching
yeah, but didn't it have like a fun like stand cry?
Yeah, it did.
Like, Ari 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 or some funny reference.
I don't think it was Ari.
I'm kidding. I'm trying to look it up, but its website is very slow.
Because everybody once said delicious Jojo. It was like Marara.
Marara.
Yeah, Marara.
Okay, so we actually didn't see that in this chapter. We just see like the final punch.
It's just the chop, the last chop.
Yeah, and it's really exciting. Because he's just like in a bed, like he just punched a bed, and there's nothing there.
It's like Joe's Game Part 4 punching spaghetti. No context, it's gonna be him punching a bed.
So yeah, really, there isn't too much to really talk about in this chapter.
Like, a lot of Mitsuba repeating herself in this early part. Like, it's about like the head doctor and everything.
Yeah, she's just like freaking out. Like, oh no, don't pursue Jobin. How could you? Like, of course, like by the first panel of this chapter, Jobin already like sealed his fate. Really,
but there's
nothing he could have done.
But when he like removed the blankets off and you see the hair straight bottle, there's like the shot of like Speed King. I just love how like open mouth breathing Speed King just does.
It's like he's forced to. It's like his lips were removed, so he just can't close his mouth.
You did this, Jobin. You did this. Like, it's so funny. Just like, I don't know, he's like in this room. Like there's so many things that probably like just looking at this one shot, this could have been like the thing that like affects him. Like there's like the pens and like computers and like even a tissue box, but like it's like a hairspray bottle that's under your bed, under your blankets that any normal person would have.
Well, yeah, I mean, have you seen the hairstyles of JoJo characters? They need all the product they can get.
I guess for the spikes on the back of Joe. Didn't Jobin have like spiky back of his hair like originally?
He kind of still does. In some panels you see it.
It wasn't nearly as prominent as it was like the early part.
You still see them every once in a while. Like,
I think
it's just not in every single frame.
But like, I think the earlier, like that very early like background character Jobin was like more spiky.
They honestly look more like nubs to be honest. But so okay, so Jobin's he doesn't seem to react to it. He's just kind of like, okay, I punched this hairspray bottle, whatever.
He's not really understanding what's going on right now, other than just like Mitsuba mentioning Calamity and shit.
It is really crazy to think how much more experience Mitsuba has with the stand than Jobin. But there is a really funny moment where Mitsuba's like freaking out, and then Jobin's like, oh, so it's a long range automatic attack stand. Like he just casually drops that.
He read the wiki.
He did read the wiki. And I was trying to think of like, when's the last time a character like explicitly said like, oh, this is a long range attack stand? Like, it just felt really funny to me.
I can't remember because no one really like talks about like the stand classifications that much.
Yeah, like, it feels like more of like a meta thing that like fans talk about.
Part 3 thing, or like even so. But because this is like one of the biggest like mystery stands like we've had in like a long time.
So I think this is a good time to talk about. Jobin has like this very heartfelt speech here, which is just like Jobin's character is giving me like severe whiplash because he does these like horrible things and then he really endears you to him.
These menacing, he has a menacing speech and then a passionate speech.
It's so true, yeah. Like the last time he talked to his siblings, he was just like super awful and terrible and like was, just a real dick. But now he's like
he basically cleaned this up.
And now he's basically like saying how much he values his wife, which is, I mean, like this is kind of just like one line that he says here, but this is a big fucking moment. Like, Jobin does not show affection to his wife. That is something that we know.
Only until she got like her new nose that reminded him of a bug that he started like showing her affection again.
Yeah, and that was like physical intimacy, but this is like him actually saying like that he has a deep care for her. He thinks that she has like put his life in the right direction. Same with Tsurugi, and it really reaffirms like how far he would go to take the Roca Kaka.
Yeah. But yeah,
crazy.
The speech, like talking about like, you know, they basically just sum up that he's like after the fruit, the stand takes the form of the head doctor, and like everything started at Wu's lab, and like they're basically just like figuring out everything as well.
So there's one little detail that I am still trying to figure like how relevant it is, but Jobin looks out the window and we see that one tree again. I don't know if it has a name, but there's one fruit tree that is like kind of perched over a cliff, and it's where we saw Tsurugi with Ojiro a few chapters back.
Oh, yeah.
And we see it twice.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we see it 2 times. So when you see something like twice like that, back-to-back panels, it feels like it is important in some way. I feel like
it is darkened, like that your eye is supposed to go to it, and it zooms into it too.
For sure. So, but like Jobin's monologue with this doesn't feel like a coded message, or it doesn't feel like it's foreshadowing too much. Maybe, and I don't know, like it feels weird to say like, oh, the climax will happen there, like maybe, but like why? I don't have any,
because it's a cliffside and it's the perfect area for someone to fall down.
It's also the perfect area for a cliffhanger.
Shut up. But so yeah, so that's a great Jobin just loves making great speeches.
And he's good at it. He does what he likes, and he likes what he do. At
varying styles. But yeah, so he basically tells Mitsuba to stay there and not move because he doesn't want anything to happen to her, Tsurugi. And then he goes to the cameras and sees Yasho still just like on the ground. Like horribly. But you see Torru creeping up.
Yeah, we see Torru dancing. Toru's dancing, hiding behind a tree. And so here's another detail that I just noticed when I reread the chapter. Jobin doesn't start like bleeding or showing any sort of issues until he looks toward the direction of where Torru is.
He looks into the garage.
Yeah, he says that Torru is hiding by the garage.
Yeah.
And then he looks in that direction, and that's the exact moment when he starts to bleed, when his mouth starts to bleed because his interior has been punctured by a like it seems like it's the spray nozzle.
Yeah, the actual like tube that goes down into the actual like inside of the spray bottle.
Yeah, it is punctured. Apparently, it has punctured his heart. I'm assuming, and Jobin bleeds out so incredibly fucking quickly.
It is so much blood. This is probably the most blood that I can think about that wasn't like someone being like splatting.
It is really horrifying, and there's something really visceral to me, and I can't remember if it's like something I saw as a kid or something like a weird horror movie.
It just looks like he's bleeding out of his stomach like so much alongside of his throat, like.
But it looks like, but he's not. He's only bleeding out of I think he's only bleeding out of this nozzle that punctured his body.
Yeah, his neck.
But no, it's not in his neck. It's in his heart.
It has.
You see it. Yeah, you see in the one panel where he starts like spraying blood. It looks like it punctured his heart, and this really like, I don't know. It reminds me of something weird. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It reminds me of some like weird thing I saw when I was younger, where someone had like a hole or like a tube plugged into them and blood started gushing out. But it's really good imagery. It's very creepy.
It will be when Jobin cauterizes the wound and stops it somehow, like, because that's gonna happen, and it will be fine.
All right, so yeah, everyone is like, "Oh my god, Jobin's fucking dead!"
He's not dead.
JoJolion is literally the part for what are they called? Like death fake outs. Like there have been so many fucking death fake outs. We literally had one like 2 chapters ago with Narisuke. Narisuke did not die. They explicitly said that
freaking Planet Praiser had some too.
Yeah, it's JoJolion. I think Aeon Star actually just posted on Twitter. He said that JoJolion has had 3 death fake outs this year.
Like Brad Pitt literally wrapped himself back together like at the end of Ozone Baby.
So yeah, if you think that Jobin is dead, either you are smarter than me or you aren't smarter than me.
See, remember when you guys during the end of JoJolion, the Yasha's gonna fuse?
Yes, that will happen.
No, but she's going to fuse with Jobin now because he's next to the garage. He's and like the fruit's right there.
The fruit is right there.
It's gonna be it's gonna be the villain version of what happened between Jofume and Kira.
I think you fucking predicted it.
I'm big brain.
One thing that like I feel like there hasn't been an accurate analog for is like Jobin doesn't really have like a past universe analog character.
Yeah.
Like I've heard some people say like he's kind of like Rohan, but I don't really see it. I don't really buy it.
Because Rohan was still friends with one of the Joe Bros in that one. Like he liked one of them, where Jobin didn't like any of these people.
Yeah, and Rohan is so much more of like a passive observer. Like he's not really someone that's like has like active goals. He's just kind of he's doing his manga thing, and then he'll like venture out into the world to like lick a spider and get an experience so he can do his manga better.
Let his house burn down while gambling.
Yeah, whereas Jobin feels like he's so gold oriented.
This is definitely like the most family oriented character in JoJo, even more than like Jotaro to like Jolene.
Yeah,
like,
and not saying that every character needs to have a, but it's like I don't know, because like obviously when you have Kira and Josefume fusing, it's like okay, I can like very specifically pinpoint which 2 characters these are referencing.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's like Koichi and question mark.
And but I take Planet Praiser more so to be Rohan than Jobin.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like Planet Praiser doesn't really fit into the mold of a lot of Joe Bros.
If I had to pick one though, it would be closer to Rohan, just for being like an antagonist toward the Joe Bro, but being like good with the other one. But I mean, he did have the whole death flag speech and the whole like brutal him like yelling the names of Mitsuba and Tsurugi like shot.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either. But it just ends with the fruit rolling towards the garage. If you remember, I think that's where him and Tsurugi hid out with during Ozone Baby because all the gas cans are there.
Yes, very true. Yeah, so we know that's actually really good. Like, good at Araki for like showing us the like location. Right now, we've seen so much of the inside of the house that I can kind of put together like a map in my head of like how it's all laid out. Yeah. And yeah, that's a really good observation, Sam.
Yeah, and then it's like before it cuts to Tooru, like Mitsuba is like still holding Tsurugi, like, and then I think all the kids are there too.
Yeah, they must have heard Jobin's horrible screaming,
or just the spewing of blood like noise.
Yeah, the sound of gallons and gallons of blood smacking against the floor.
It's like Kill Bill style. So then we get to Torru. He loves these close-up shots of Toru so much, and I think
Toru's the best
because he did it with him and the head doctor, which is obviously connected now.
All right, so going into my next fan theory. So Toru is listening to Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
Not at a very high volume, though.
Or he just started the song.
Or started the song. I like to pretend it's his volume because he doesn't.
Yeah, well, he has to. He's one of those people that really is hard of hearing, so he likes to keep the music volume real low.
Toru would use a Zune more than an iPad.
Is that actually Zune?
I don't know.
It could. This is like time period wise. You could be using a Zune.
I knew one person in my entire life who chose a Zune over an iPod.
I think I know the same person.
Maybe. Actually, no, different person.
Oh, okay. So you know 2 then.
I know 2 then, yes.
And I gotta look up what the Zune looked like really quick to see.
It looks like Microsoft trying to copy an iPod.
Honestly, It could almost be a Zune. It doesn't have... The Zunes don't have, like, a circular button at the bottom, but whatever. Okay, this is totally unimportant.
Welcome to Zune.
Moving on.
There is an iPod, like, kind of logo on the back, so I think it's supposed to be an iPod.
Okay. Moving on to another extremely unimportant detail. So we see Torru. I put this on Twitter, actually. What?
He's jamming.
Oh, Tooru is jamming. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I put this on Twitter, though, and I want to know if anyone can recognize. So in the panel, I'll include the panel on screen, as I always include screens from the manga, screenshots from the manga.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 album arts that we see when he's scrolling through his Zune. One of them is The Wonder of You, because you can tell that it's the same one. The other one, I think, looks a lot like a Between the Buried and Me album cover. I'll post this picture as well.
Sure.
It looks really close, Sam. You just look at our Twitter.
Okay.
Does anyone know what the other 2 are? Can anyone figure this out? That'd be really fun, because I would be utterly shocked if Rocky didn't even have, like, a little reference to squeeze in there.
It's actually the first Smash Mouth album. No, but he's jamming to Elvis because he loves fucking Elvis.
So yeah, he puts on The Wonder of You.
He actually got to draw Elvis himself, so...
So I think this is a good time to mention, way back when, so the original chapter for chapter 84, I think it was called, like, actually, I don't remember what it was called initially, but it was in subsequent volume releases. It was renamed to The Wonder of You, in parentheses, Your Miraculous Love. Mm-hmm. So this is the first time we are actually seeing a reference to The Wonder of You here.
You know, outside of the actual arc that was.
Yeah, outside of the arc. So this is pretty much confirming that the stand that we did see, Gappy Slice, was Toru's stand, which is The Wonder of You. I feel like this chapter kind of
confirms that.
It's not 100% confirmed, but it's like pretty much confirmed. I do want to posit my funny fucking fan theory about this. So, kind of jumping ahead a bit, just because it makes sense to mention this now. We see that the head doctor and Torru appear to either be the same person or share the same consciousness.
Something.
So my fan theory is there are 2 stands at play here. So Crazy Train is the stand that causes things to bump into you.
I love that so much. I love Crazy Train.
Yeah, Crazy Train's a great song. So Crazy Train is a stand that causes shit to bump into you, like
causes
the one
calamity.
Yeah, that causes calamity. Because think about it. The song's called Crazy Train.
I was thinking about the lyrics, like, you know, I was at work. I was like, yeah, it kind of really works, like the lyric wise.
The other one, so The Wonder of You. My theory is that this is a stand that allows. So this is kind of vague. It either allows Torru to control the head doctor, or like if they're 2 souls and 2 bodies, whatever, that are joined, or maybe 1 soul and 2 bodies, whatever.
Instead of like Gappy being like 2 people fused into one, where it's like. One person being turned into 2 or something like that.
Kind of. I mean, hopefully we'll get more clarification on this soon, but like my idea is that these are 2 stands, and like he uses The Wonder of You to transfer consciousness or control back into the head doctor. And then Crazy Train is just, it takes the appearance of the head doctor for some reason. I don't know. I think that we're seeing 2 stands here.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool way to like actually show the names of the stands or what they're going to be.
Oh, also, I think this is the first time that we're ever explicitly given a clue or like shown that a person with a stand with that name is listening to
their actual reference.
The actual reference, yeah.
Huh. But another thing is just like, it's thing about Torru. It's just like he knew Yasho knew him growing up, and the head doctor like is most likely a rock human, and it's just like, so he's gonna have a human and a rock human, unless this rock human went to school with her as well. That's like the weird thing to me.
Yeah.
If it's these 2 species, I guess, like coming together.
Mm-hmm.
And like instead of like fusing 2 humans, like what happened to, you know, Kira and Jofume, something different happened when they tried it with a human and a rock human.
Yeah, that's a pretty good theory, I think. I think it kind of tracks, and it's kind of a really cool idea to have like two bodies with one soul. It's kind of like a reverse of like,
because maybe
as
they
you
heard
said, like
they heard what happened from the hospital. Because didn't Gappy go to the hospital in the beginning? So maybe like they describe like what they Yasho described what happened, and they heard about it, so they tried to do the same thing for the rock humans, and with the human or something like that. And this is what we got.
Yeah, that's
my big brain theory of the day.
Big if true.
Big if true.
I do have one last thing to say about the Wonder Review. So I'm pretty sure Aeon Star goes into like pretty thorough detail in his video, the Coronation Theory video. I highly recommend that video. He might even mention these things, but just reading the lyrics of the actual song, the Wonder Review.
I've never listened to it.
You should. It's really good. So when I was reading the chapter, what I did when he put on the Wonder Review, I actually put it on my computer, so I was reading it while listening to it while I was reading, and it really fit the next scene in a really cool way. That's the right. Okay, all you JoJo bronies out there, if you're not listening to the song references that JoJo's making while reading it, you're doing it wrong.
As you were doing that, I was like thinking it back of the arc during his Crazy Train. I'm like, this is great. I love it.
Okay, but so basically, my interpretation of the lyrics of the Wonder of You, I think Ansar did mention that it was written about Elvis's mom. So it's like pretty much kind of like him saying how, what?
Yeah, that Elvis really had a strong attachment to his mom growing up, if I know my history.
Yeah, she apparently the whole song is about how much she loves him and how he's like, so enamored. He's so like amazed by how she can love him so much. He always says like things like, your love to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me is everything. And it's really interesting trying to think of like, so this would be Tooru and Yasuho. It's like,
yes,
the connection I'm making. And like the first lyrics are pretty interesting. It says, when no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me love and consultation. You give me hope to carry on. So it really makes me wonder, like, how is Tooru and Yasuho, how is their relationship going to have an impact on the finale?
Who knows? I mean, he's not in a rush to get to her.
He really isn't, which this is kind of one of like the big blows against him. Like, oh no, he is just a fucking asshole.
He's
like,
essentially doing like the Spider-Man 3 dance to like while on his way to her. Like essentially, and is like she's like slowly dying. He's like dancing.
Yeah, we do see she is still struggling. She's clinging to life still.
She's trying. Maybe she'll get to that fruit in the garage. Who knows?
I mean, it looked like she was kind of getting up in that one panel. Looked like she's
getting close there. She's trying to run away from the menacing thing. I'm just thinking like every time like now or like they can like whenever it gets animated or someone makes a motion comic, every time they see like the head doctor like, walking, you just have Crazy Train playing, but like it gets like it goes from like how far away, like the music, how loud the music is.
Oh, that's a great idea. Someone do that.
Like
right
the Mario
now.
Brothers Super Show version someone made, where like every time Captain Lou teleports, it's the music like changes.
It's how loud he is. All right, so and this is it's crazy how much we've already talked about only half this chapter, but there's really a lot to fucking discuss.
We talk about how probably everybody's the biggest disappointment people had with the chapter.
All right, so this is another important thing to mention. I don't know if you noticed this, Sam, but on sorry, I'm gonna mess this up. Hiwa Mata Noboru, so that is the scanslation group that does JoJolion.
Yes.
They put a message out on the new chapter release, saying that they had made a bit of a grammatical error when they translated the last line that Josuke had in the last time that we saw him. So, the line read initially incorrectly. I can't pursue him, but I can be made to pursue him. But now what they've done in this chapter is it's mentioned, this line is mentioned twice and they've corrected it both times in this chapter. He doesn't say that line. He says, I can't pursue him, but I can make him do the pursuing.
Oh.
So it's really funny how that one grammatical error caused so many people to speculate wildly about something that is not going to happen.
I know it actually worked too, so no one doubted it. The actual like mistranslation.
Yeah, it really did. And this is not me trying to like shame the scanslation group at all. I think what they do is awesome. It's great that they caught this mistake. Of course, mistakes happen.
Dolomite goes, how come they don't want me?
He's still sitting there quietly in his pond, gnawing on a chicken bone.
Hugs the chicken bone. Oh, poor
so
little monster man.
So I think some people, I think I did see some speculation that he was having the package delivered to the hospital, which is correct.
Yes.
That's probably why the guy said, "Are you sure about this address?"
To one of the the weirdest looking man with weirdest hair I've ever seen.
I think this guy kind of looks a lot like me, actually.
If he didn't have the twin tails.
If he didn't have the twin tails, he would really look fucking really close to me.
It looks like your Twitter avatar, Discord avatar.
Kinda, yeah. Just like a JoJo fight version of it.
Well, we found your cosplay for the con, so...
Yeah, exactly. I think I said that earlier. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking cosplay this guy.
We'll just draw you on some freckles or...
The pimples, yeah.
And pimples, yeah.
But yeah, and the pigtails. I'll just find... I'll grow my hair out a little bit. Do the pigtails. That'll be great.
When I first read it, I thought his name was actually Pangea Land.
That would be an incredible name.
I know. It's funny that Jojo wouldn't put it past Jojo to actually do something like that. Like, that must be some kind of reference. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
so
no, he's a normal Japanese name.
Yeah. Does he even say his name? I don't think.
Yeah, he does. He says I'm Toka. Something like that. Let me see. It's like a couple pages in. Yeah, I am Toka from Pangea Land. In like 3 pages after he says that, or comes into the room. So yeah.
So the one thing that I think is a little bit of a kind of an interesting stretch here is that Josuke knew like specifically one of the like. I guess it isn't too hard to believe like that he would know that one of these journalists would be there.
I mean, didn't they see how they find out that there was a lecture there? Was it like a sign or was it like on TV?
It was a newspaper article.
So yeah, so maybe I'm not sure. You probably go back, but it was probably the newspaper that he works on, most likely.
That would be really crazy. I'm gonna try and check that if I can.
Because like that would make sense to me if it was.
But yeah, so he ends up being the one that Josuke delivers the package to, and the package, we know the contents. So it's a recording of Holly laying in bed, and also a portion of the Roca Kaka.
Yeah, but when he walks into the room and like introduces himself and like talks about like the lecture, the head doctor's like just like Blair Witch style, like staring in the corner.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, something I just noticed, and I'm gonna fucking scream. We see a clock, Sam. We see a clock that displays an explicit time.
2:37, 2:36.
Yes. So that gives us a very explicit time. I'm gonna have fun with my timeline later.
I'm sure you do. I mean, someone on our Discord posted a very detailed timeline as well.
Yeah, I'll have to confer with them.
confer with the timeline gods.
Assume the council.
So when he snaps back to reality, the head doctor, like he kind of has that same kind of shot Torru had when. I guess when he kind of introduced Torru, he kind of had that blank look in his face.
He also hands him a business card.
Isn't that Japanese custom?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's really fucking weird.
I don't know. I think it's just a Japanese custom thing to do.
You're probably right. It is just funny.
It's like when people who like in like business like introduce each other, it's usually courtesy to just hand each other your own business cards.
Yeah,
especially if it's like for business.
It's just hilarious to see this like
I want to call
menacing
him Pangea
character
Land so
do this really. Whoops, sorry.
I want to call him Pangea Land so bad and not Toka.
It's just really funny to see this like super menacing character just like kind of do a very slight bow and hand a business card over.
And then he talks about his freckles and his pimples and his face stuff.
This is also one of those moments where it's like explicitly showing that the head doctor is a real person. Like he hands him a thing. He has a presence. He's not like an illusion or a mirage or anything.
Yeah, he can see him like completely. And remember, and even that guard. So that when that guard or the receptionist saw him like beginning of the chase, like he physically was there as well. So.
Yeah. So this is where it's really like it's kind of perplexing me. Like, what is the head doctor? Like, is he real? Like he has to be real. He's not just like a projection.
Yeah, he is. I still think the one person as two people thing is what I'm going for. So, but who is the one person that is controlling them? I'm not. Is it actually like the head doctor or is it actually Tooru? I don't know.
It's probably Ozone Baby actually.
Poor Tom. Poor Tom's the middleman.
Oh yeah, poor Tom. I forgot his name is actually Poor Tom.
You could stack. Poor Tom's the actual afro of Tooru, so. So yeah, the package is open, or we tell within the package, and it's like a SD card with a video of Holly. So,
also,
we recorded 40 minutes ago, and he had already made a copy of the video, by the way.
Yeah, he's an expert journalist, Sam. He knows what he's fucking doing.
He's a cracked twin-tailed journalist.
It also, part of it shows that they are growing Roca Kaka inside the hospital.
Yes. Yeah, it's a jar with a broken piece of fruit as well. And the lab, it also a video of the lab with the fruit, of course, like you said. And,
so this is kind of where he's like putting the pieces together, saying like he's done his homework basically. He's like, all right, you must be using this fruit to make Roca Kaka, and based on the pictures we've seen of Roca Kaka, you clearly are experimenting on humans, on Holly Joestar, which is fucked up and illegal, so I'm gonna fucking blast your ass.
Also, the shot of just like the head doctor reacting to it is like one of my favorites.
Where he's got his head tilted back.
Yeah, where he actually looks like kind of surprised.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's such a that's why I'm so into this arc. What I thought the head doctor was initially was not what he is now.
No. This is like him showing emotion where like Torru doesn't really show that emotion other than him dancing.
Yeah, Toru's very sly and he's very guarded.
Yes, it's weird. So he's like the I guess the journalist is going to expose him, but then the doctor's like, did you come here to pursue me? Which is the weirdest thing to say to that.
And then he literally says, yes, I did. I came to pursue you, of course. And then it's like, oh, die.
And doctor goes, you fell into my trap card.
Basically.
So he basically just talks about he basically figured out he opened the lid and probably got some of the Roca Kaka in him.
But this is also
you could notice his face clearing up too.
Yeah, I really like that detail. There's a point where he only has one pimple left.
Yeah.
But it's really so is this the stand? Is this, did he actually touch the fruit, or is this just the power of the stand that is causing the fruit to collide, or sorry, whatever, these fruit oil particles to collide with him?
He said if fate were particularly unlucky, there's a rather good chance that when you were putting the lid back on, some fruit juice seeped into a small cut in your skin or your fingernail. So I'm assuming just since he came in with the idea of pursuing him, it did. And once he said it officially, it 100% confirmed it, or actually seeped in. I'm not 100% sure.
That's a good point, actually, because he was pursuing him even before he said it.
Yeah, but it didn't. But his face didn't start clearing up until. But it does have a little bit of a delay before it activates. But
yeah, but this guy dies.
Well, maybe it got into him, but it didn't choose where it was going to take it away until he said he was going to pursue him. Because when he said that, that's why it just eventually went to his neck and just snapped. It just got rid of his top part of his spine.
Yeah, it's specifically the atlas vertebrae, the one that holds your skull up.
That is a bad luck.
Yeah, very bad luck. So that's actually really interesting you bring that up, because I kind of forgot about this until now, but. Remember Dr. Wu was using his stand to control the effects of the Roca Kaka? I wonder if the head doctor can too with his stand, because it kind of seems like, going with your interpretation there, it seems like he was able to make the equivalent exchange affect this guy in the worst possible way.
I think it only did that because of he was pursuing him. Oh, if you pursue him, it's gonna be the neck again, or maybe his brain actually completely just turns to mush. Unlike Holly, who got a bit of it, but him himself, his brain would just fall out, or his heart would be cut in half or something like that, or half of the stone just die. I think it'd just be a guaranteed fatal, instant fatal. But
if we take the idea that the stand is sort of a controls karma in some way, then maybe you kind of can spin it to be he can affect if the equivalent exchange kills you, or if maybe it only just takes your pinky or your big toe or something,
or half, or your
side of your
balls, side of your
half
face,
your 4 balls.
And then we get back to the planet Praiser, and one of my favorite shots of him walking with nervously with the head doctor behind him.
He's so fucking nervous. Look at all the sweat on his face.
It's so good. I love it. And then they're both basically going to Josuke, and that's when we get him still standing there, dressed up and sitting there.
Yeah, and it's just hilarious to me how I didn't notice until today, reading this chapter, that the Planet Praiser wears a dress shirt and tie under his onesie.
Yes. Yes, it's like the most, we talk about how we get how does he actually get dressed in that before. So yeah, and then we come back to Tooru though, and that's where we get that little tidbit of him knowing what the head doctor is going through.
Yeah, so this is like, I don't know, I don't want to say too many things because I feel like I'm going to be so fucking wrong. Like every mini theory that I have about this is just like, I think about it for another second, I'm like, that's wrong, that's bad.
But one thing though, I this because like I'm guessing he can like set the head doctor like if he is doing the 2-for-1 thing, which is my guess. Like so he can probably set like a little like a non-verbal like action, I guess, for them to do, and the head doctor's just walking to Josuke. So if he went back to Tooru, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's really interesting though. So like right now, Josuke is waiting, and Josuke's kind of like beaten the system. Like, he's not pursuing the head doctor, so theoretically, he isn't in danger. And it looks like he's kind of has his back to a door, which is weird. Maybe that's just, like, where
he's back to the lab.
Yeah, okay, so he probably wouldn't be able to come through the lab.
You can see the fruit to the right of the thing.
But so, it seems like it's weird to me that the head doctor would even try and pursue Josuke, because it seems like, unless he has, like, another trick up his sleeve.
Yeah, we'll see. We have to wait till see the encounter. Also, I just love the shot of the Chichikata estate and just Yasho just sitting there, like laying there. I find that
slowly
really funny.
Inching her way towards the fruit.
roll or crawl, but yeah, it's a very awesome. I love this. Worth the wait.
That was a great chapter. Torru being a badass is awesome. I fucking love Torru. I keep saying it. He is. He's such a badass. He's dancing to Elvis in 2011. Takes a lot of balls.
Knowing that, like, there's a father, like, bleeding like a fountain, like, not too far away, and, like, a girl, like, crumbling, a one-armed girl crumbling in front of a driveway. Like, it's so funny. But, yeah, I fucking love the chapter so much.
It was really good.
This just raises up more questions now about the head doctor, which is like, it's so funny how like so many of these like theories that are about it is just like it just opens up another door of them.
Yeah, it's so fun. I fucking love JoJolion. It really feels like a wild ride.
If there's any part to start to read weekly, I'm glad it, or monthly. I mean, I'm sorry. This is one I'm glad because just like every mystery, like I'm glad you did hear the mystery like theme to it.
It gives us so much time to really ruminate on like every single detail and like dissect like all of these little clues and stuff.
It's fun to think about, like
compared to like part 7. Like in part 7, the finale is basically just like cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger. It's just like all these, I mean, there are a lot of fun surprises near the end, but most of it's just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? But with JoJolion, it's more like, oh, what is being set up, like what's gonna have a really big payoff in like 5 chapters, 10 chapters.
Where are we gonna find out these like a crucial piece of information again? Like we got like a little bit of it, but like it's so funny how we got like we're like, oh, there's gonna be like no more new characters introduced, and we got Pangea Land coming in there for like a chapter.
He does die though. Instantly.
He does still. I'm just saying. Pangea Land could have been like the hero we deserve. He could have been the true hero of part 8, but
I like how you're just calling him Pangea Land.
Yeah, now. I'm not gonna call him by his stupid first name. That's just a Japanese name. I'm gonna call him by his cool name that's not a reference to anything except for the landmass.
Yeah.
The original.
That is kind of a stupid name, Pangea Land. That's like America Land.
I love it.
Like Asia Land.
I love it too much to not call him that though.
It's so stupid.
It is stupid. That's why I love it. So, anything else you wanna talk about? Like I talked about usually there's theories at the end, but like we talked a lot about them in the chapter. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure you're gonna bring up the Twitter thing.
Yeah, sure. So some fun thing that I like to do sometimes. is
especially since Jim had to wait a little bit to record because of work from me.
I put out a little Twitter question, so follow us at Jokakaka podcast.
Plugs are early.
Well, Sam, sometimes you gotta put your plugs in naturally. It's called branding.
It's called pre-plugging.
It's called pre-plugging. Sounds gross, actually. So I asked, what crazy reveal do you think we'll have with that? What crazy reveal do you think the next chapter of JoJolion will have? So we got a couple good ones, I think. Some that agree with me, so that means they're good naturally. Lil Gay says Jobin is alive. Please, Rocky Justice won't save him for me.
He is alive. There's no doubt. Alive. I don't expect Jobin. If Jobin's gonna go out, that's not the way no one's expecting Jobin to go out. If he got hot pants, I'd be honestly shocked.
I would be like utterly shocked, because at least like hot pants wasn't like a big like main focus really.
Still, it's like something to happen like, or it's like her and Diego or something like that, where like you kind of get a focus of like these like a side character, or like a prominent side character, and or like the thorn on the side of the main character, like something like that, and they just get like that happens to him, it just explodes of blood. And like, because it's been building like in a like some kind of standoff between him and Josuke at some point. There's no way they're not doing that.
Yeah, it would be really anticlimactic if they didn't have a proper one after the beetle fight.
People probably saw the same thing like when Diego died, and then we actually did get like
a crazy reveal.
But then Johnny lost that fight, so
yeah.
I mean, I can put it past him that it could honestly be that, but
I mean, yeah, obviously you have to entertain every possible idea. Like the idea that Dolomite will return is just laughable at this point and will not happen.
How come they don't want him, Jim?
All right, I have another one that I liked. Luke's waits for chapter 98 says, Kato, please. That's all I fucking want, God, please. I agree.
She'll put Jobin and Yasho in a card, and they come out as one card and fuse together.
And then the stand is gonna be called Funky Dealer, which is a reference to Jet Set Radio Future.
It's called The Gambler.
Oh fuck, that's a funnier one. Also, Rip and Roast. Kenny Rogers.
So, what else?
Let me see.
Yeah, one more at least.
Let me look. Stall for time, Sam. Stall for time.
Fuck. Twitter question, or a comment question on the YouTube page. What's your feeling on the Tooru and head doctor situation then? Do you think that one person, two bodies, or do you think it's just like somehow two people just linked separately? There's your question.
All right.
Other than your own theories and observation, that's like a question if you want. Go ahead.
All right, I have another good one that is the one that I relate to. ZXZZ Queen ZZX says, I would love to see a head doctor flashback, even though the next chapter will probably not be about that. It would probably be about Gappy. # we miss you, Kyo. Same.
We miss like all the females characters like that are like.
I know.
I'm like we get Mitsubo, which I'm happy about, but we're still
all of the K's.
All the K's.
It's Kyo, Carrera, and Kato.
Just don't put those initials together. It's fine.
Oh no.
We'll go back to part 6.
No.
But yeah, no, I want any of our like the ladies, like the side ladies that like we haven't got much of. This, oh my god, it's gonna be like Charlie's End with like Charlie's Angels, like all of them show up like doing the Charlie's Angels pose, and they're gonna defeat the head doctor. Make it a Rocky.
That'd be really funny, and just completely unprecedented to see Carrera show up again.
Real quick, if you had to put your money on who you were going to see first out of those three,
Kyo, Carrera, and Kato?
Yeah.
Definitely Kato.
Yep.
100%. Okay, I mean, it's almost no contest.
Kaito, and then who do you think would appear second most chance?
I'm tempted to say Carrera, because I think Kyo just has literally 0% chance of showing up again.
I say Kyo, then Carrera. Carrera shows up in like an epilogue, picture.
That makes sense. I think that is the only time we will ever see Carrera again.
Yeah,
she's not really relevant to this arc. One thing that I was saying earlier that I want to say now is I don't think that we're going to get any new character. Oh, sorry. When I say new characters, none of the characters that aren't already in this current arc, I don't think they will show up in this arc.
Yeah.
maybe even to the end of JoJolion, because like we're not seeing like Carrera. We're not going to be seeing like damn, I can't even think of any of the side characters.
I'm thinking like the head doctor will be taken care of by Yappy, leaving only Tooru, and then after that will be the next arc after that.
Damn, dude, it's fucking crazy that we might see Josuke fighting. I didn't even think about this. Next chapter might be Josuke fighting the head doctor,
or just having a talk with him and Planet Praiser. Yeah, they're gonna be like right there talking to him because they're both going to Josuke.
Yeah, I wanna. Is this gonna be when Rai dies
again?
Again, yeah, for real this time though.
As long as he stands completely still.
That'd be hilarious if it had like T-Rex rules, and like, where as long as you don't stand still, he can't hurt you.
I mean, if the head doctor had control and he used his stand then, so maybe Torru couldn't use his, I guess, for the short time, like since they're all bleeding right there.
Hey, maybe one thing that kind of worries me with Josuke is that we saw the head doctor attack. Oh my god, I can't think. Mitsuba, the head doctor attacked Mitsuba while she was cooking that one time, and she did not approach him. Like, she was literally just. I thought she went towards the window. I think she did that before. I mean, hey, maybe.
And he took that the threat.
Eagle-eyed listeners out there, prove me wrong by looking at that page to see if she actually did approach. But I'm pretty sure she wasn't actively approaching him. Like, I think she was just making dinner, and then the dinner like exploded on her, and almost killed her.
Oh, you wrong police, get on it.
The wrong police.
And then maybe Dolomite is just having his like mini harem adventure with all the K's in his swamp.
And his chicken dinner.
In his swamp, they're all having a nice chicken dinner, nice rotisserie chicken.
That'd be a really funny little like epilogue.
It'd be KFC. Japan loves KFC.
They do. KFC is a massive worldwide brand.
Yeah, they tricked him into KFC is like the Thanksgiving meal.
Christmas.
I knew it was a holiday. Yeah.
Why would the Japanese celebrate Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I don't judge. It's in they celebrate Animal Crossing, a Japanese game. They have Thanksgiving and Animal Crossing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, all the Animal Crossing games since the GameCube had that, where you get furniture from a turkey. Harvest furniture. I'm sorry, that's not Animal Crossing ranting.
All right.
Any other more you want to read off of there?
Nope. Thank you for all the questions, though. We just don't have time to read them all. Yes. Otherwise, we'd just be here all day.
But I mean, also leave any other questions in like the YouTube comments, of course, to discuss with everyone else. So yeah, let me plug it up. Well, thank you for listening again. We kind of had a big boom, so thank you all, like, so much.
Yeah, we just had recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and now we're at like 1,500. So. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, we're listening to two idiots talk about JoJo. You know, a lot of podcasts are just a bunch of idiots talking about JoJo.
That's very true. But we are the first ones. No one did it before us.
We are the biggest idiots. So I am.
We're the biggest idiots.
I am, at least.
No, I'm pretty fucking stupid.
Please like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, all that stuff. Like, follow us wherever podcasts are available, pretty much. Like
pretty much
YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify, and Stitcher, and all that stuff.
Those are the main ones.
Join the Discord, talk to really cool people about random things of either JoJo, not JoJo related, all that cool stuff. Meet some cool people. Anything else? Follow the podcast on Twitter so you can get all some of these question things or Jim's epic jokes on there. You can follow each of us separately also if you want. Jim will have the link in the description as well. Also,
I do have one last plug that I want to plug.
Hey, go ahead.
So I have recently started doing a new podcast with my friend Tom. Mm-hmm. We are doing a Steven Universe rewatch podcast where we're rewatching every single episode of Steven Universe.
Epic.
Yeah, it's called The Crystal Men. So if you like listening to me and my stupid opinions, give it a listen. It's pretty fun. We're on episode 7, I think, so there's plenty to listen to. Yeah, I know everyone's looking for shit to listen to right now. So
if you want to get that disgusting sound of me out of your headphones, but you still want the Jokakaka brand. Jokakaka. I'm tired from work. Fuck you. I know what podcast is called. Damn it. Anything else I'm missing?
No, yeah, just listen to Actually, you did miss something, I think.
What did I miss?
So yeah, listen to...
I don't have a podcast.
Listen to The Crystal Men. The Crystal Men is my JoJo podcast.
The Crystal
Men is my Steven Universe podcast.
The Crystal
Also, listen to our Part 3 JoJo videos.
Oh, yeah.
We do a series.
We just released... which chapter we just read? The Yellow Temperance.
Yes, we did. I was trying to remember. I was literally like scrounging my brain to try and remember, which was really fun. That was a really fun one.
I had the thought of, do you understand? I had the whole thought played out in my mind before I said it. So, yeah. And then we're going to do another one soon because we have the big, the entire horse coming soon. Next arc on that episode. So I'm excited.
It took me a second when you said the entire horse. You're referring to Hall & Oates.
Yes, Hall & Oates. One's better than the other. Is that anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. As I said, all of the links are in the description.
Yes.
Yeah, join us again next month when we talk about chapter 98.
Yes, can't wait.
98, can't wait.
Can't wait. Bye-bye.
Bye.